My hair, my god, this fucking strike with my hairdresser just needs to be over with. It's not enough that all the salons are not even open at full capacity, but then my hairdresser, you know how hairdressers are just so fucking nosy and intrusive? Mine just like pushed the line and pissed me off really bad by getting all up in my business. And I haven't even seen her in 6 months, so I tried to dye my hair myself, and that was a literal disaster. I don't even want to talk about it. Hair hasn't been cut in, I don't know, half a year. I need to just bite the bullet and get a new hairdresser, but I'm so picky about my damn hair, I haven't let anyone else touch it in 20 years. Not an exaggeration. So I don't know, I'll just make the messy bun look a forever thing, I guess. What's up, guys? It's Kim. Welcome back to my channel. It feels like I haven't seen you guys in forever. This is Kim Perfect Creations. I make bullet journal videos, arts and crafts, DIY, Taylor Swift reactions sometimes, things like that. So if that sounds like something that you would like, hit that little subscribe button and then hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. Today's video is one that is long in the making. I'm sorry it's so overdue, but I have been really busy as shit. Got a new job, 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. and that is hella early to wake up, y'all. I gotta be up at 3:30. So like at the end of the day, I would usually come home at night, and like when the kids are asleep, that's when I do my stuff. Well, now when the kids are asleep, I'm ready to be asleep too. So it's okay, I'm finally getting adjusted. I think I'm finally used to it. It's all working out. I've almost got my August Playing With Me done, even though we're in like the second week of August. Don't judge me. That will be out either later this week or exactly 1 week from today at the latest. But today's video is my Bujo migration video, where I am moving all of my spreads that I like to keep in the beginning of my bullet journal, my current journal, to my new journal that I'm going to be using for the second half of 2020. So let's just get right on into this. I can't believe it's already time to move into a new bullet journal. This one has treated me really well. This was my first Archer and Olive, and I just absolutely loved it, and I'm definitely sticking with it this time. I mean, it's just a whole experience. Just look at the packaging that it comes in. You open it and it's like, it's just magical. It's got this little like tissue paper that you fold open, and it's in this nice plastic wrapping, and it even comes with a nice little note with your name on it. It just feels like it was made personally for you. They just, I don't know, they do such a good job. I love Archer and Olive. And I also have a special link that I will leave down in my description, where if you spend $30, I believe, you get 15% off or something like that. I'm not sure, I'll have to check the specifics, but I'll leave it down in the link for you. It is so fun unboxing one of these. I only get to do it twice a year, so you know, I'm really thoroughly enjoying this here. I love the gold edges. So right off the bat, first thing I noticed is the inside cover is just gorgeous compared to my last one, which was just plain basic white. I mean, I opened this and I was like, whoa, not expecting that. Definitely a pleasant surprise. It has the two little straps as always, and then a little pocket in the back for pictures, etc., along with the little loop on the side for your pens, and then a nice little, I guess you would call it a strap to keep the journal together. Okay, so jumping right into the setup, I wanted to stick with neutral colors like I always do for the beginning of any journal, which is usually just blacks, whites, golds, and silvers. So I got my uni ball, my favorite metallic gel pens, my jelly rolls, my Tombow Fudenoski hard tip. I also have a Faber-Castelli artist pit pen there. These are like my new obsession, the Tombow mono drawing pens. And then of course just a regular Tombow too. So let's get right on into the illustration and cover. Keeping it pretty simple here. Just a nice little 2020, and then I'm going to do a cute little cursive design on the inside, but the quote that I chose was pretty funny. Right there, you'll notice I tried to color it in with another pen than I did with the first number, and it didn't look cohesive, so then I had to go over it anyways. So me trying to save myself time just made myself add on more time. So you guys know I like to add Taylor Swift quotes by, right? So I thought, "You'll get better soon" was just the perfect quote for the first half of 2020, because please God, let's hope it does get better. And this is moving right along to my future log. This one really gets used a lot. This is where you store all of your future appointments each month, birthdays, anything like that. And anytime I go to do a monthly setup, this is where I refer back to set up my monthly calendar. Now, everybody does their setup differently. A lot of people like to do year to glances, and a lot of people like to do, just a full spread for birthdays and things like that. But to me, it just seemed redundant because I can stick literally all of that in my future log. So I got rid of the birthday tracker, got rid of the whole year at a glance thing, since all I need to do is refer back to this and I can see all the upcoming months and all the days of the month at a quick glance. So I'm just trying to save space and not do the same thing twice, I guess, if that makes sense. So, I don't know, it just seemed easier this way. Me and this dang grid spacing sheet, we have a history, okay? Let's just say that. The first time I tried to do it was just like a complete disaster. The second time, I did a little bit better, but still messed up quite a bit. And I don't know, for some reason the whole thing still just confuses me, and I'm just not good at math is what it is. So when I go to do this, it's just like so difficult, but it always comes in handy and I always end up using it. So I stuck with it, and it actually came out somewhat okay. I think I only made a couple mistakes, but you'll definitely notice like long pauses in time as I'm doing this, because it's just, math is just not my strong suit. But that is the exact reason why I choose to do it, because every time I go to do a weekly or anything where there's columns and I want it to be even, it's just so much easier to refer back to this and try to do the math in my head, because every time I try to do it like spontaneously on my head, it just seemed to get it wrong. So just love my little cheat sheet here. Now, in all actuality, like the only swatches I ever even really use are the Tombow swatches. So these aren't 100% necessary, but I always have this like blank empty, sheet over here when I do the grid spacing sheet, and I didn't want to do a quote. I just wanted it to be somewhat useful. And I noticed I do have a lot of jelly roll pens and they all look similar but not the same. So I figured I'll do another little swatch page for my pens too. But this one right here, this one's like the big mamma jamma, the one that I refer to probably the most, the page that I go back to the most out of every single page in my bullet journal, and that is saying a lot. But it's just because the colors never ever match the caps ever. I really recommend like anybody doing this if you use Tombows, and I have all 108 of them, so it's kind of important for me to do this, make sure I'm using the right colors. not gonna lie to you, this is like one of my least favorite spreads to set up ever, but that's just because it takes so long, but it's totally worth it in the end. Alright, so now we're moving on to the bills, subscriptions, and expense log. Pretty sure I've been using the same exact layout for this like ever since I started bullet journaling, but I don't know, the beginning of my journal is always just about efficiency, not so much about like being artsy and pretty and creative. I don't know, I found a way that works for me and it's efficient, and so I'm sticking with that. I've got all my utilities up at the top there, the spot for the amount due, the date due, the amount paid, and the date paid. And that's it. And then underneath are just my monthly subscriptions, Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, etc., etc. And then now this is my spending splurges spreadsheet. I previously had it as my stationary splurge spreadsheet, but now I'm learning to splurge on even more than just stationary, so yay. But it's really important for me to like keep track of how much I'm spending, because it's really easy for me to overspend, and this is just a good way for me to be accountable. So I've got a spot that says date, what I'm spending the money on, price, if it's a want or a need, if it was necessary, would I buy it again, was it worth it, the amount that I paid, and then I'll have a running total at the very end. Alright, now we're on to the master wishlist spread. I also did this in my last journal. My 2020, like the first half of 2020 bullet journal flip through video is out, so I will link that in the cards and in the description. But I found this to be super, super handy. I used it all the time, and I didn't really realize how much I actually would use it until the time came. There's a spot for anything I want for the home, anything I want as far as stationery or for my channel, anything I want for my family, and then anything miscellaneous. Okay, so these are both health logs. The first one's pretty self-explanatory. I don't need to get into all of that. There's just a different little mark for all the different symptoms. The second page is more for like mental health. I wanted to have just more for me to keep track of like just my different feelings every single day, other than just the monthly mood trackers, because I really like looking at things at an annual sense. It just helps me sort of get a better idea and grasp of everything. Yes, my bright, brilliant ideas. I love this spread. It's one of the easiest ones to make. It's really easy. It's literally just a light bulb in the middle, and then I split it into 4 sections for all my different ideas. Video ideas, page ideas for my little color street business, etc. Absolutely love that page. It came in handy a lot with my last journal, so that's why I moved it on over. And you'll notice for this next one, I have a lot of notes, because it took me forever to figure out how I was going to do this efficiently. I've been struggling with how to make a spread for this for the longest time, and I still don't know if this is going to work. It's all trial and error, but we are gonna see. Alright, so I am referring to this as my social media planner now. I have done YouTube planning spreads previously in the past, and there wasn't necessarily anything wrong with them. I just felt like it could have been done a little bit better. So, until I find something that I love, I'm just going to keep, just trying to tweak it and just fix it until I get it just how I like it. So this is how I've got it done. I've got all the rest of the months for the rest of the year. And then I've got a little checklist over there on the right for each month. And each month I want to have 4 videos a month for 1 a week. And so over there, before the checklist, that's where I will sort of write the ideas for each of the videos that I want to have. And then the checklist is just all the steps that it takes for each and every video: the sketching, the planning, the drawing, the filming, the editing, the voiceover, the thumbnails, the tags, the descriptions, the link, the uploading, exporting, the everything. So all of that has a checklist over there, and I will just color it in for each video. I've got a little space for video 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you can see some of them are halfway colored in, meaning I've got it halfway done. And then I have other different colors for Facebook and Instagram and things like that, and I will just highlight those on the different days of the week that I want to be promoting and doing things on those different platforms. So again, it's a new setup, so we'll see how it works. Moving right along, this is my meal planning spread, probably the easiest to set up ever. I just have all the different days of the week, and I am going to just keep the same spread, and I'll just switch out the Post-its every week. So at the very top there, it'll have everything that we have and all the different things that we can make. And then for each day of the week, I will just plan a meal, write it down, and then when the next week comes, I'll just put in a new Post-it. All right, guys, we are nearing the end here, I swear. All right, so this is going to be my important passwords, contacts, and other important info. I had another one of these in my last journal, and it just came in handy so often for not just me, but my family, my husband. Whenever they needed to find a password for anything, they could just grab my bullet journal and look it up, and I didn't even need to be there. If I'm at work or whatnot, then he knows where to find it, which I love. I just find that very, very helpful. And it's just ridiculous how often you forget passwords, because so many times you need to add different things. Like this one, you need to add a special character, and this one you don't, and this one you need a number, but this one you don't, and this one has to be 8 characters, but this one has to be 10. It's too much to remember, and I just like to have a spread where it's all written down. Some people think it's dangerous, but I highly doubt that I would ever leave my bullet journal anywhere where someone could get to it that would actually be a danger to me. And then, of course, I'll also have a spot for important contacts. I might put some of my Color Street contacts in there, but it's mostly just going to be other contacts, because I think I'm going to do a whole spread just for my Color Street business, which is what we're coming up to now. These are going to be my business spreads. I've actually got 4 pages of these, and then 1 more, and then we're all done with this setup. I always have a long setup. I'm sorry, I just do. There's a lot of pages that I use all the time, and I always want those in the front of my bullet journal, just easy to find. It just makes things simple. So on the left here, this is my Color Street inventory. I have all the sets that I currently have on stock and ones that are on the way, or at least that's what it says in the little graph that I have there. It says it's shipped, is it en route, if it's in hand, etc., the name of the set, the price of the set. That way I can just refer back to this. If somebody's like, hey, do you have this? I can just pop this open and check. And then, of course, I've got a spot for all the customer orders that I need to get out. Has it been packaged? Has it been shipped? Has it been sent? Is it in their hands? Has it been paid for? All that stuff. So I just really like to have all that in one spot. Okay, we have finally reached the very end of the setup. My very last 2 pages here. My year-end photos spread. I absolutely love this one. I've been doing this one for the past 4 journals, I think. And now especially that I have my little cute Canon IV click camera with the cute tiny little pictures. They just fit in there so perfectly, and I love it. So, ta-da, that's it. So now it's time for the final flip through. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys like my setup. And don't forget, my August plan with me is coming out. It's just going to be a little bit late, but it will be coming out later this week, or like I said, exactly a week from today. I will see you guys then. I'm really excited about that one. You're going to love it. Everything that was used in the video will be linked down in the description below, along with all my socials. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, my new Facebook group for my Color Street nails, since I'm now officially a Color Street stylist. So nice to say. And I'm making pink, y'all. I can't even lie. Oh my god, why I wasn't doing this the whole time, I'll never know. But definitely check out my link and my Facebook group, because I have lots of good deals going on there all the time. Free sets, giveaways, games for free sets, all kinds of stuff. So just follow me on all my social media majiggy thingies. It'll be all down there. You know the deal. And I'll see y'all in a week. Bye.